All right, y'all. So y'all won't think it ain't cold out here. I just wanted to show you. Golly, that's big. That's a thick piece too. Look how thick that ass is. Ooh wee. We all the way frozen out here, people. But it's 40 something degrees. It's not gonna go back below freezing. So all this what y'all see that's all froze up. It's gonna melt. It's gonna melt today. This may be the last stuff to melt because it stay in the shade. But I'm gonna let y'all know up front. This gonna be a two-part video. I'm gonna do this front, and I haven't uncovered nothing. So y'all gonna see it as I see it. But I'm gonna uncover this front, and then we're gonna do the back in another video. So let's start with the onions. I said I was gonna move. I didn't move them. Am I worried about them? No. All of the little green tops did freeze off. They're dead. But I assure you, that down there is still living. It's still nice and firm. Holy pine cone get in here. But anyway, because if you squeeze right here, it's nice and firm. Down here where it comes out of the onion and it's still green. So I ain't worried about that. This is where I had planted all them sweet potato slips back. I'm not going to start with them. I'm going to start over here. Let me tell you something. I'm finna prove to y'all why I really don't like frost cloths. To me, I don't know what it is about them. They don't do nothing. I kind of knew this stuff was done for. I don't think the plants are completely dead, but I know for a fact all this stuff out here is gone. That's all frost damage. I think this whole stem there got damaged. It feels kind of mushy. This looks good, but it feels mushy. Now up here it's still hard, so I'm thinking what I'm gonna do is cut it off right there and maybe to branch back out. This stem down in here is nice and woody, so even if this is gone, which it doesn't feel like it feels like this up in here is all right. I can tell you right now this is all right. You can tell by how the leaves are standing up in the middle. To see the frost damage versus this is a little frost damage, this is a lot. It killed that Cuban oregano, which I knew it would. I got a feeling my beans is gone, which I didn't want to lose my beans. They had just started flowering. But I'm saying frost cloth was shit. It was 10 degrees, y'all. We had 2 days. Once it went to 10 degrees, it never got above freezing that next day. Basically, we stayed below freezing for over 24 hours. And I think I had mentioned this before. That's kind of what kind of does your stuff in when you stay below freezing too long. Because it really has a chance for that cold to set in on them plants. All that's dead. And I'm taking these off today. It's supposed to rain tomorrow. I don't want my frost cloths all wet. So all that's dead. Well, really a lot of this death is gonna make way for. I got some brassicas I want to plant. I was hoping I didn't lose these, but if I did, it's all good. They green, y'all, but they don't look like I got a feeling. Oh yeah, they gone. When the stems is completely collapsed and there's nothing left to them, they gone. So that's gonna become mulch. Y'all know I didn't even cover the okra. Didn't even try. So this kept this nice. There's garlic in there, there's onions in there, carrots, and celery. So this kept that nice. So that's all right. And that was just an old bed sheet, y'all. I just kind of, since those plants weren't very tall, I just laid it over in there, and it insulated it real well. The tires helped too. There's Garfield. Hey, Garf. This stuff, I knew I was gonna lose probably the peppers. The onions and garlic is okay though. The peppers, what I'm going to do is I'm hoping that the roots are still alive. I will cut those back down to the ground. That'll probably be a third video, the cleanup of all this crap. I'm going to try to get the vast majority of this done today because, like I said, I got rain coming tomorrow all day tomorrow. Rain. So, I'm going to try to, I'm gonna try to get over there. Y'all can see how cold this cold was. Even this garlic didn't like it, but it didn't kill it, y'all. Y'all see how this garlic looking? But it'll be all right. This is protected. That's kind of protected a little bit. All of this plant matter, y'all, not a big deal. All of that stuff is going to go to be compost and, you know, that type thing. It'll feed the rest of the garden. So that's why sometimes this stuff is a good thing. Stuff like this happens. It's going back up into the 70s. Today's going to be 60 something. I can't fully remember, but it's going to be 60 something. Yep. That pepper's toast. All these peppers are probably toast all the way to the ground. I'm going to cut them down to the ground. Those big ones especially, I think they'll come back. I think they'll come back in the spring. But really, y'all, a lot of this was not to protect, because I don't think I really mentioned, a lot of this was not to protect the top of the plant. Look at that kale. That kale just does not give a rat's. If you're not growing blue Russian kale, you should be. You definitely should be. The garlic was fine. The tomato perished, which I'm not surprised. I knew I was going to lose the tomatoes. But you can see the kale is damaged. But just look at look at the middle. Nothing. Nothing. And I've had this in my garden since I moved here. The Swiss chard, all of the outsides are gone. I don't know if these plants will bounce back or not. I've never taken Swiss chard through that hard of a freeze. We shall see. There's celery in here as well. Let me show y'all. And I can tell you that's frost damaged. But we'll see. I don't think the crown is... See, the middle part feels okay. I don't think the crown is messed up. Look at the comfrey. The comfrey's like, screw you, cold. Even the rosemary got it a little bit. The rosemary look a little crazy. I'm not worried about that rosemary. Rosemary's like a freaking bush. I mean, like a weed. It just... Nothing harms it. Like, at least not in this climate. This tomato's gone. I'm pretty sure all of my mini San Marzanos are probably gone too. I know people are probably looking at me like, why do you even try? You know, you gotta test the boundaries. Sometimes you don't know what'll happen unless you try it. But yeah, a lot of this stuff I didn't expect to fare too well when I saw we weren't going to get above freezing for like more than 24 hours. That's really what sealed it for me. And I also wanted to do an experiment as well. I covered that over there with plastic. And this with this here, with, you know, my normal curtains and sheets and menagerie of stuff. Yep, completely dead. I'll get seeds out of some of that stuff. So that I can give people mini San Marzano seeds. I know some people were able to find them. Look at the kale. I know some people were able to find them in the store. This stem is completely... I know it just grew down like that. It's not broken. But yeah, there's some bottom ones that are really frost damaged, but look at the top. Yeah. That kale is so hardy. But then again, it's called Russian kale, and if they grow it in Russia, trust me, it gets way colder in Russia than it does here. Way colder. The Scotchies look a fool. Once again, this is about protecting the roots on the Scotchies. I didn't think the tops were going to look like anything. But this was... I really should have gotten the peppers off, though. But it's not like texturally, they're probably ruined. But I could dehydrate them and still, you know, they're not wasted. But I should have harvested them before. I was too lazy to do that. But, yeah, I'm sure that eggplant is probably gone. Look at Garfy. Garfy, is that your bed? Huh? I don't know if y'all can see his little mouthy meow. Just like these, I should have harvested a lot of those peppers before. But it's all good. Like I said, I'll do a cleanup of some sort, and I'll cut that shit all the way to the ground. People are always watching me. That time it was a white dude, that creeps me out. Anyway, I shouldn't say that, but it's the truth. I don't know, I've just had weird experiences with white men. I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm not gonna get into story hour. I already know this tomato is done for, but this tomato next year, come on now. Oh, my stuff is all hung up. This tomato next year, y'all see I got 2 that fell. I'm gonna at least try to get some seeds out of that or something. But this tomato I thoroughly enjoyed. It was a nice size, nice slicer tomato. So I'm probably gonna grow that, black cherry, Everglades, and mini San Marzano. That's probably the 4 that I'm growing next year. And I may not even grow Everglades. I don't know. It depends. What I'm thinking is if I grow Everglades, I want to sell most of them. Because I have so many Everglades that are always left over. But anyway, so let's get to uncovering this. And let's see how I can already see through the plastic. Okay, so let me tell y'all what this is first. These are drop cloths. So if you go to Lowe's and they have 2 different kinds of drop cloths. They have canvas, which is thicker than that material, which I want to give a shot to at some point. But canvas is also more expensive than the plastic. So I was like, plastic. That's what they make greenhouses out of. Let's give that a shot, and it's cheaper. So I got plastic drop cloths. They have different sizes. This one is a 10 by 20. I want to say, now as you can see when the wind blows, there's some holes where there's some air getting in some places, which is why that's ballooning up like that. But for the most part, this one over here isn't doing it as much. This one is really just the looseness in the wind. It's just blowing the looseness over the top. This one I can see the hole down there where the air is getting in. This one may not have fared as well. But yeah, so let's get into it. And like I said, this was not to completely save all the tops of the plants. That's not what this was for. This was really to try to save the stems, the roots, etc. And if you notice, I just took pine straw and put around the bottom edge. And that's what I have going on there. So, and I'm going to try to be gentle with this. You could just rip this off indiscriminately, but I'm going to try to keep it as hole free. It does have a couple of holes, but I'm going to try to take this off a bit. I don't know how good y'all can see it yet, but I'm pretty sure I saved these. Can y'all see them? Look how pretty. They still with me, and all my little stuff is with me too. My thyme, my lavender, my onions. So the plastic fared way better than that over there. I think if I had taken my time, got enough drop cloths and covered all that over there and really sealed it around the bottom, I think that stuff over there would have done much better. So, note to self. So these be the kind of experiments I'm telling y'all to run in your garden so that you know what you can and can't get away with in your zone. And you'll only know that if you run your own experiments and, really give stuff a try before you write it off. Now, I will say this. If you are the type that you don't want to try it, you're like, screw that, I'm not doing that amount of work, or you're just not capable, you're not who I'm talking to. Because you got some people that's motivated to do certain stuff and other people that are not. I'm actually fairly motivated to do certain things. See, this why the touch. Don't touch on me when I get ready. I think there may be a brick. Like I said, I'm trying to be as easy as I can with this over here because I'm trying not to just rip it all to shreds. I'm trying to save it where I can use this again. So there we have it, folks. So I had somebody come by here and tell me that, oh no, you're not going to be able to save any of that. And you're doing all that in vain. I hope they walk their ass by here today. Now I don't feel bad about not picking the greens that I didn't pick, because I have minimal damage in this bed. Minimal. And this is the one the air was getting under. So if the one the air was getting under, because as you can see how some of that's leaning over because of the plastic, but then some of it is because of the damage as well. But you can see I have minimal damage. And some of these leaves right here, they were already not in great shape anyway. I also actually have some growth here. A little bit, not a lot, just a little. And no pests, of course. So that worked. That worked really well, at least for that bed. Let's uncover this one and see what we got. This one has bricks at the edge in a couple of places, because I use bricks to hold down some of the plastic. So it may take me a little longer to uncover. Alright. So once again, same process. I'm going to try to be as gentle as I possibly can. This one's already looking good already. I don't see a lot of damage here either. Now this plant was way out here on the edge. So the end of that is frost. Come on. Don't be difficult. But can y'all see already? Alright. And I know somebody's probably going to ask me what mill drop cloth is this. I don't know. That's my honest to God answer. I don't know. I wasn't that paying that close attention when I bought it. I was more worried about the size than anything. And I'm gonna tell you what probably will work better, but it's gonna be even more costly, is actual greenhouse plastic. Greenhouse plastic would work even better, but would be thicker. So you could and I am gonna fold these up and put them in the greenhouse later to store them, along with the frost cloths and everything I threw on the ground. But I'm just trying to get this uncovered. This is this morning. I'm going to get this uncovered, survey everything, go to the gym, come back, do the cleanup video. What's today? Thursday. Yeah. Hey, Garth. Where you coming from? Coming from the neighbors? Huh? What are you doing over there? Garfy. Okay. What are you looking at? I think he's looking at the stuff over there dangling. He came outside and some things look different to him because I took the frost cloths and stuff off. He's been used to that for the last week, so animals do get used to the way things look, and when things change, they kind of. But yeah, y'all, these greens still look good. I don't feel bad about not harvesting them, because that first night we went down to 10, I was like, shh, I could have harvested those greens and ate them, but I didn't want greens for Christmas, to be honest. I still have greens, so they look great. I'm happy with that. I still have kale. I still have garlic, even though it looks hurt. I'm going to show you this garlic around the edge of here, and that's probably going to be the end of my video. I didn't cover any of that stuff. I didn't plan on covering it. I didn't cover the passion fruit. For those of y'all that don't know, at least this variety of passion fruit that I have growing up that tree, it gets cold, it dies back, and it comes back in the spring. That's just the way it works. So the shorter ones seem to do okay. The ones that had taller, they did get touched. But if you squeeze the base of them, the bases aren't like, this is dead. But they'll grow new green growth, especially since we're going to be in the 70s for the 60s, 70s for the better part of the next week. But see the vines from the passion fruit, and you can't tell really because the other leaves kind of blend in, but it's growing to the top of this, and if it takes over, I don't care. So yeah, this is gonna probably end up being, and I'm thinking that one, I might put my yam at the base of that one and let my yam grow up over it. That's maybe what I do. I'm thinking on it because I have to be strategic with that yam. I have to be strategic with that yam. But yeah, y'all, and I had a little bit of garlic and stuff that I planted here that's just now coming up. A few little places. I see all the little places, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I don't think I planted. If I did plant it in there, it's not going to come up. So this is the front, y'all. So y'all stay tuned for part 2 of uncovering everything and seeing how everything looks. So yeah, till next time. See you guys later.